Welcome to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Sky, and I'm going to be looking at each class in depth for World of Warcraft Season of Discovery and answering a very simple question. Is it for you? And in today's video, we have the Druid. We're going to be going over the strengths of the Druid and what makes them great overall, the class's general features and gameplay style to see if it could be fun for you, the brand new spells and abilities come into all three specs in Season of Discovery, grading the class after these spell additions in comparison with the other classes, and finally wrapping it up with a quick summary of the class overall. Hopefully by doing so, we can steer you in the right direction to selecting a class that truly speaks to you. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the Comeback Kids are doing a giveaway for a free Rested XP leveling guide for your Season of Discovery journey. So make sure to subscribe and click the link in the description below to enter for a chance to win a free copy for yourself, or use our referral link to help support the channel today. Okay, now starting things off with the strengths of the Druid, they are one of the very few classes in the game that have access to all three role types with DPS, tank, and healing. Coming to Season of Discovery, the Druid is actually getting Wind Fury as a buff if you are Feral, which we will be talking about a little later. With players having access to freely swap runes at any time they want in Season of Discovery, Druid is going to benefit greatly simply because of how versatile each of their specs are. They're also one of the only few classes in the game with the stealth mechanic. They also are one of the fastest leveling classes in the game with having almost no downtime between fights if managing your mana properly. And they are the only class in the game with a battle resurrection. Now, with Season of Discovery, I'm sure you all know by now that they are adding new spells and abilities through what are called rune engravings. These start from level 2 onwards, and there are even a ton of leaks that were data mined that unveiled a wide variety of different rune slots across your character. But as of right now, you will only have 3 different slots at level 25, which are the gloves, legs, and chest slots. So right off the bat, Druid has an absolute game changer with their chest runes, with their first rune being Fury of the Storm Rage. This takes away the mana cost completely of your Wrath ability. It gives you a 12% chance for your next healing touch to be instant within 15 seconds, making this massive for Boomkin DPS as well as restoration healing inside of dungeons and even leveling up. We have another game changer here with Wild Strikes, where when you're in cat or bear form, each member of your party has a 20% chance of granting the attacker an extra attack with 20% additional attack power. This is absolutely huge for group play as well as raiding, and is going to make Druids mandatory for the Alliance faction. You also have Survival of the Fittest for bear tanks, which reduces the chance you'll be critically hit by 6% and reduces all damage taken by 10%. Additionally, you are getting an additional 10% damage reduction while you're in bear form with this as well, making you a lot more tanky. And finally, you have Living Seed for when you critically heal your target with any spell. You plant a Living Seed on the target for 30% of the amount that you healed them with. That healing will then be activated the next time the target is attacked. Moving on now to gloves, we have Mangle, which deals a solid amount of damage and causes the target to take 30% additional damage for bleeds for 1 minute. So for Feral Druids, this is going to be a huge DPS increase also. You also have Lacerate, which is a stacking bleed in bear form, which causes a high amount of threat, and is going to be great on boss fights. Moving on, you have Sunfire, which works very similar to Moonfire, and can actually be used in bear or cat form as well, and is primarily going to be for balanced druids, and I really love the direction they're going with the spec overall. And lastly, for gloves, we have Wild Growth, which heals all of your friendly party members within 15 yards of the target over 7 seconds. This works identical to the other iterations of World of Warcraft where this spell was introduced. So if you used it, it's pretty much the same thing. Now to your final rune slot, we have the leg slots. And starting things off, we have Skull Bash, which charges you to the target within 13 yards and interrupts a spell cast effect. And if you played other iterations of WoW, you know this is a very big deal for PvP, and especially for classic World of Warcraft, as a lot of classes were missing out on an interrupt. For Restoration Druids, you have Life Bloom, which stacks up to 3 times and gives you a nice healing over time effect. You also have the Savage Roar ability while you are in cat form, increasing your physical damage by 30%, and depending on how many combo points you spend, increases the duration as well as giving you a major DPS boost. And lastly, for balanced druids, you have Star Surge. At first, this spell does look a bit under-tuned for level 25, but we will have to see how the spell effect is going to work. Is it going to be an instant cast? Is it going to be channeled? We're going to have to just find out, wait and see. Now, of course, when it comes to runes, every class got some really great additions, but I gotta tell you, I really like where they're going with Druid. They were already wanted inside of raids a lot because of their buffs, battle reses, and the innervate. They are going to be in massive massive high demand, and if you're a Druid player, you should be very, very happy with these changes. Not only that, with Fury of the Storm Rage reducing the mana cost of your Wrath by 100%, balanced Druids can literally spam DPS with Wrath and then apply all of their dots on the target like Sunfire, Moonfire, Insect Swarm, and just keep on pumping. Catform DPS is going to have an actual rotation similar to Wrath of the Lich King, with them reworking Tiger's Fury to bring back energy, giving you Savage Roar to increase your physical damage done, and weaving in Bleeds with Mangle to deal a ton of damage. Doing all this with the Wolfshed helmet to power shift and have practically unlimited energy, I expect Feral Druids to be damn near the top in DPS. Bear Tanks also have really solid threat generation with Lacerate as well as Survival of the Fittest to reduce the damage you take by 20% in bear form, and they also even gave Restoration Druids some love with a ton of additional healing over time effects with Life Bloom, Wild Growth, and even Living Seed. Now, when it comes to PvP, Druids were known for their flag carrying skills and versatility on the battlefield, but now with every spec feeling powerful on their own and not so much as a meme, I expect each of these specializations to perform incredibly well in battlegrounds and in open world PvP, whether it be Feral Druid DPS for assassinating, those high priority targets in the backline, Bear Tanks to carry the flag and be frontliners, Balanced Druids to spread damage over time effects to all enemies on the team, or even Restoration Druids to heal countless allies at once with all their healing over time effects. The Druid is going to be, honestly, a force to be reckoned with in all forms of PvP content, with every single spec being solid. To wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, if you love the idea of shapeshifting and being able to fill any role when you're called upon, the Druid can definitely be for you. The Druids are shapeshifting masters and bring unparalleled versatility and can adapt to any situation they are put into. They bring close to the most utility in the game with all their buffs, innervates, and even Wind Fury now. And overall, they're one of the fastest leveling classes in the game. And with all 4 specs feeling strong, it feels like you're going to be playing multiple classes baked into one. And lastly, you're definitely going to be needed in every single group no matter what because of all your buffs, utility. So it's going to be very easy to find a guild or group mates to level up or play with. If you played a Druid in Classic World of Warcraft, be ready because this class is going to come out of the gates very strong in Season of Discovery with all these brand new runes and effects coming into play. Specs that you thought were a meme before are going to be very strong and so much fun to play, making Druid easily one of the safest classes you could play in Season of Discovery. Now you know just about everything that we've been shown so far about Druids in World of Warcraft Season of Discovery, and there's really only one question left to answer. Is it for you? Let us know in the comment section below. Also, ladies and gentlemen, keep an eye out for our other Is It For You videos for World of Warcraft Season of Discovery. And if you're interested, hit that subscribe button to join us on the journey throughout this exciting future that holds so many great things for World of Warcraft. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. It's an absolute pleasure to be making content for you all. Until the very end, my name is Sky from the Comeback Kids. I will see you all in the next one. Peace.